Hello boys and girls, and welcome to Senpai Hobby. I'm going to be your hobby professor, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at a product from DSPIAE. Now I actually have a pile of DSPIAE products to do reviews on. None of these are sponsored, none of these were given to me, these are all picked up by me, and most of them were all over at NEWTYPE. So you can check out newtype.com. Actually I think it's newtype.us. I'll put a link down below. I'm not affiliated with them. I do have to say I do like their service for most of the time. I end up ordering something, and if it's before noon, I usually get a tracking number and it goes out same day. And I literally live about 3 hours away from them, and I get it the next day. It's awesome. So what we're taking a look at today is something I didn't even know that they came out with. I just kind of saw it and went, hey, that looks interesting. And this is a magnetic paint mixer. So the way that this ends up working, I'm assuming, is like the ones that you'd use in a lab. There's a magnet in a spindle inside, and you use a metal bar. These are not plastic coated, and that kind of bothered me, but I did an experiment over the week. If you guys saw my live last week, you'll know what the experiment was. I was kind of concerned with the metal that they used, about putting it into lacquers or with metals and things like that. And I actually have two different containers here. I'll show you on the close-up, and they've been in there for 4 days, 5 days with zero effect on them. I did some research on the metal that they say that they ended up using, and it seems pretty legit that they are low, they are high carbon but low corrosive properties on there. So that seems kind of cool. Now this was, I think, $34 over there. I actually have another paint mixer, not by DSPIAE, that was recommended to me that we'll be doing in another video. But today we're going to take a look at this. I had some hiccups, and I'm kind of interested if I'll have the same hiccups while I'm trying to record this. So without further ado, let's jump down the table, open this up, show you what all comes in the box and how it works. All right. So here we are with the box. I've already taken the wrapping off, of course. It's black. You've got their typical black and red emblem on there. And of course, you know, I don't want glare on there, but at the same time, I'd like it to show up. So hard to film. On the back on here, you've got some information on here. Now this actually can run at 2 different speeds. It does take batteries, which takes 2 AAAs. I see people say AA's all the time. It's not AA's, it's AAA's. Or you can run it on USB. Now if you run it on USB, the rotation speed is approximately 10,000 rotations per minute, I'm assuming. And on battery, it's about 6,000. I think unless you have it in a really thick mix, that you can run it on battery power. Now, the thing that interests me is that this is super small. This is something that you can throw in your backpack or something like that if you're on the go for mixing your paint. And I like that fact. 2 AA's, throw this in your bag, but there is a caveat with that. You may want to remove the batteries because this is touch sensitive on and off. It does give a warning on here. If the mix bottle does not have an even bottom, the mixing effect may be affected and results may not be as intended. And when using this product, ensure the paint bottles are screwed tight to avoid splatter. This includes the mixer, some mats, I think 20 rods on there, and I think that's it. And, oh yeah, and a power charge cable. Getting this open, super easy. There's 2 little things. It literally just slides out. You get the mixer itself, and then you get the little accessories package. Now in here you get the magnetic stirrers. Someone said that you can get from them, but I have not seen them on the site, so I'm interested. Now I was trying to be careful and not spill these everywhere. I have taken 2 out. I'll show you here in a second. And you get, actually I kind of like this color red. You get a red USB cable, and I think this is probably about 3 feet, maybe 4 feet. And it is regular USB type 2 or micro USB. It is not USB type C. Opening up the box itself, and I think there's some info on here as well. DSPIAE magnetic paint mixer uses magnetic suction turbine method to stir the paint evenly. This is only usable on pre-thinned or thinned paints. Original paints are too thick and will not mix evenly. It is difficult to mix hand painting paints, so please refrain from using this product on them. Use in paint bottles that are between 2.5 and 6 centimeters in diameter. Turbine motor is made of 440 steel, processed steel, and will not rust due to paint mixing. And what they mean by the paint rotor is these, the metal rods. Not the motor that's actually inside the unit. Equipped with a one-touch switch that it turns, mixes, and paints easily. Say goodbye to sore arms. Hello to efficient paint mixing. When using the product, and again, telling you to make sure that your lids are screwed on. And it's made from polystyrene, copper, iron, and a bunch of other stuff. Now, this did come in a little baggie that said DSPIAE all over it. I already threw that away. You get a user manual. We don't need this. All right, so now that I'm filming, I'm going to put the mats on here. So you don't want to put on the middle one. You do want to put on these. And I will say, I was playing around with it on stream the other day, and it does, I mean, you do kind of want these on there. Otherwise, your bottles just kind of like move all over the place. So we'll put the mat on that side, and then we'll put them on the feet. And for some reason, they give you 4. I guess maybe in case you lose one. I don't know. You guys know how I do with my videos. They are pretty much raw and uncut, very minimal editing, just to save some time. And let's get this out of here. And this is telling us not to plug this in the USB while it has batteries in there. So just remember, if you're going to do that, just take out the batteries. But I happen to have some brand new Energizer AAAs right here. So we're going to end up giving these a shot. It's running. But it's super quiet. It's super quiet, which I mean, I guess is a good thing. Since we're over on this view, this is what I've had the one stick soaking in for a couple days, and there's been 0 effect on there. And then this, my water where I live is pretty much toxic. So that's been the other one soaking in there, and there's been no effect on those. Like, it's not being affected by straight up lacquers or lacquer thinner or that. So I don't know. Now I am literally just taking the metal bar out of the shot glass and putting into this bottle. Nothing special. This literally just came out of the tap. Nothing special about it. Now I will say, like, you do feel that suck down from the magnet to that metal bar. Like, that works very well. I was going to show you on this one, but with the sticker on there, you can't really see it. Now this is going to be the effect with just the battery power. And you can probably hear that bar bouncing around in the bottom. But it actually stays in place, and it actually seems like it would mix fairly well. The thing that I don't like already on this is I wish it had it on off and not that touch sensitive. I just see that being a hazard, basically. And we have the intended USB plugged in. We have taken out the batteries. We have the DSPIAE USB cord plugged in. Now, maybe it's just, I don't know, working right. It kept hanging up on me, but you can hear the difference. Like, it is really cranking out the power, and the little blue light is on hella bright, where before it was just kind of like, eh. So here's the same bottle of water, and this is going to be at 10,000 RPMs. And holy crap, that's freaking loud as hell. But you know what? We don't care if it'll mix water. Like, water is water. What if we put it into here? Now, I'm going to show you real quick. A couple people in the live stream were like, but Dave, how do I get out the metal rod? Like, that's going to be a pain in the butt. Literally, you just grab you a magnet and slide it out so that there's no hocus pocus funky monkey. Here's the metal rod. Now, there is already a steel ball, stainless steel ball in the bottom here. So we're going to do what we can do with it. And as you guys can see, this is silver. It's all settled at the bottom. So let's see what this does on the freaking high setting. Well, that didn't work out well, did it? I mean, technically. And it's mixed. Like, now at first when I tried doing this, I was like, is it because this is a metal in here and that's a magnet? But nope, didn't seem to do the trick. You know what? We're going to try another one. This is in the new SMS paint that I just ended up getting. And this is the lavender, and the white has settled to the bottom. So I'm going to take one of these rods, dump into there. The bottom should be like glass and flat. Let's see how this does. So as you can see, it got almost everything that's in the bottom, except there's still the white ring that's down in there. So yeah. All right, so you saw what ended up happening with the purple paint down in there. And just by shaking it, I'm getting it to disperse. I mean, it'll work using this. It's not a bad product. Like, I'm going to keep it. I'll throw it in my bag for travels, maybe little things like so it's not so loud on the thing. Was it worth $35? I don't think so. And that's if I'm being completely honest. I think that there are some things that could be changed on here. One, display. Put an actual switch on here. This feels light. This feels like I'm going to drop it and break it. Like, it's super light. I love the concept of this, but personally, I don't know. I think with the magnet bar that they have inside there, I don't know how much metal that they could have used to keep from affecting that magnetic field. I would have liked to seen USB-C, but the USB that they have is fine. I would have liked to seen an actual button or a switch instead of that like tap sensitive thing, because just messing around with it and accidentally bumping it with my hand turned it on or turned it off. I've noticed that this actually, I have my USB thing plugged into, I have a smart bar underneath my desk, and so the USB cable is plugged into there, and I notice on the light that I have over my monitor over there, every time that I turn this on, it actually made it dim a little bit, which it shouldn't be doing that. And that's, you know, of course, with the batteries out and everything. My honest opinion, and I will always give you guys my honest opinion, I don't think this is worth $35. If it was like $25, okay. I could see that and being used in a pinch, but I think for old schoolers that are used to shaking their paints and having the ball bearings in there and stuff, this is not going to make you happy. For a new person in the hobby, sure, it'll make you happy, but I don't think that this is going to make you happy and be worthwhile if you're in the hobby for any amount of time. If you're mixing like just plain watercolors and stuff, it'll work great when it's thin as water. And technically, this is, and so is this. This is super watery, so it should have done that same vortex effect in there. But the only thing it seemed to do it with is the water. I will leave the judgment up to you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and review. Again, I did pick this up over at NEWTYPE.us. There will be a link down below to their shop. Again, this is up to your discretion. These are just my thoughts. I'm not telling you to buy it or not buy it. It's my personal opinion. It's not worth it. If it goes on sale, you find it someplace for like $25, snag it up. Their regular tools and stuff, I think, are well worth the money, and I have a bunch more to review over here. Nippers and clamps and all kinds of stuff. But this, I don't think so. This will get stuck up on the shelf and maybe get used when I go traveling. That's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. From your Senpai, peace.